It was a golden day for Team USA, picking up 4 titles, the most by the Americans in a single day in these games, including women's team foil, our country's very first, and men's 4 rowing, winning that for the first time since 1960. Let's recap the biggest stories of Thursday in Paris. Simone Biles, the GOAT, claimed gold in the all-around, becoming the first woman to win 2 all-around golds since 1968 and the oldest to win since 1952. Teammate and defending champion Suni Lee secured the bronze. In swimming, Katie Ledecky became the most decorated female American Olympian ever, helping the U.S. get silver in the 4x200 free relay. Kate Douglas grabbed gold in the 200 breaststroke. Regan Smith set an American record, but settled for silver in the 200 fly. In women's basketball, the United States got all it could handle from Belgium, but survived 87-74. Breanna Stewart scored 26, Asia Wilson 23. In men's golf, Japan's Hideki Matsuyama shot an 8-under-63 to take the first round lead. Xander Schauffele is 2 shots back, and Scottie Scheffler is in a tie for 6th, 4 shots behind. In tennis, Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz moved 1 step closer to a gold medal clash, advancing to the semis. But Andy Murray's run came to an end in the men's doubles quarterfinals, dropping his match to Americans Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul. That'll do it for today. We'll see you back here on Friday with more from Paris.
Well, the U.S. women's basketball team gets another win in group play to advance to the quarterfinals, a win over Belgium 87-74. And y'all, it was close. I mean, a credit to Belgium. I thought that they came out with tremendous energy and grit and physicality. It almost seemed like their whole game plan was really just to rough up the Americans and hope they would cough up the basketball. But there's 2 things that are abundantly clear in watching USA women's basketball compared to the rest of the teams in the Olympics. The pairing of Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart is dynamite. It's dangerous. Those 2 with back-to-back 20-point games, they combined for 49 points for the USA. That's more than half of their points. And then the second thing, the depth of the United States. When you can bring in Alyssa Thomas off the bench, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, I just felt like those players really did a good job of playing both sides of the basketball in today's win for USA. Now, on the downside, too many turnovers for the U.S. in the first half. This is really how Belgium was able to stay in the game. A handful of turnovers given to Asia Wilson. I feel like the USA wanted to get the ball to her so much, but Belgium did a terrific job in packing the paint. Breanna Stewart, though, Stewie was on the move in the first half, 15 points. Now, second half, the USA starts to figure out a little bit more, but Emma Mieseman for Belgium, lights out. She was the 2019 WBA MVP in the finals and is a 2-time WNBA All-Star. But for Belgium, she dropped 24 points on 11 of 19 shooting. She seemed to be their main hope in scoring the basketball. But the USA, again, with their depth and their dominance and their pace, just continued to come at Belgium. USA really picked up their intensity when they got out and scored in transition, when they were able to knock down some outside shots, and then that opened up the lane for them to score. The last 5 minutes of the game, it seemed as Belgium was just exhausted and tired, and they were worn down, which really allowed the USA to push forward and clinch their 57th win in a row. They booked their ticket to the quarterfinals. All is good in USA women's basketball.
Shawn Johnson from Yahoo Sports. Here are my biggest takeaways from Thursday's all-around finals. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little closer than I expected it to be, but it made it the best show. Rebecca Andrade brought her A game and ended up managing to get second. She had beautiful, really difficult, strong gymnastics and amazing execution. It was pretty close. The first, second, and third rotation was small mistakes, but on the 4th rotation on floor, Simone Biles and Suni Lee just kind of lit up. You could see them kind of fall into the crowd's roars and applause. They were flawless, beautiful, beaming, and came in first and third. I really feel like the redemption story for both of them is just the greatest success, and they're just gaining momentum. And I'm really excited for the individual finals, where I think they'll rack up a lot more medals. For more Olympic gymnastics news, keep it locked on Yahoo Sports.
We got to talk about the goal from Korbin Albert. Right. There was actually a very interesting moment before she stepped onto the pitch, because Emily Fox steps off the field, and Trinity Rodman is first, daps up Lynn Williams, who's also coming in.
Lynn Williams, the homie.
That-
Right? Like, this is how it looks, right? Yo,
Well,
Christian, you did great out there.
Hey, thank you so much.
yeah.
And then Korbin Albert is right behind Lynn Williams.
Go ahead. Try dab me up. All right. That's
what happened. She
cold.
Just left her. Korbin Albert goes for the dap. Guess left. It's obvious this has not been resolved with everybody.
No.
And look,
It ain't all kumbaya in camp.
exactly. A lot of the people. This is
Which is, by the way, fine.
Right.
Teams have won trophies across every major sports where, someone on the squad is the ops.
right.
The vibe of Emma Hayes and the way everyone's playing, you're like, man, everything's clicking. You're like, well, there's
There's a
one.
little blemish. I think U.S. Soccer is doing her a disservice by not addressing this head on, and maybe it's something that they deal with after the Olympics.
We're trying to find an inkling of, has it at least been resolved in the locker room?
Right.
And what this says to me is 100% has not.
What's happening with Korbin Albert is it's a weird silence about it. It shouldn't be so tone deaf because it's like
Yes.
Every time they post something about Korbin Albert, the comments are crazy. She is also 20. What sort of grace are we sort of giving her? What is like? It can't just be we don't talk about it ever because she's going to continuously deal with this. It's clearly an issue. And I think that's what this basically highlighted.